Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing. Those who are sharing, those who have not yet subscribed, please subscribe as soon as possible, such that we keep the candle lighting not going down. Okay, so yesterday I had a call from my friend, told me we are seeing your content, but it is mostly in English. And he gave me like an advice that since the constitution is for only Ugandans and Uganda at all, so I should be mixing with Uganda such that everyone can at least access, because most of the people who know English, they can read it for themselves. So I was thinking about it. I was saying today I will try to mix, interpret, read through, because also me, as I told you in the beginning, it's my first time. So not that I know everything, but I'm trying to understand. That's why I decided we understand it together. So for today, we shall be interpreting in our local language, the language that everyone can understand. I think I read in the constitution. Unfortunately, we don't have official language as our own language. Our official language is English. So I'll try to mix Uganda because everyone tries to understand that. Okay, let's begin. So yesterday we stopped at chapter 4, protection and promotion of fundamental and other human rights and freedoms. So we are on 28, the right to a fair hearing. Right to a fair hearing. How buli omu engeri gy'alina okuyisibwamu, like if you are taken to courts of law, buli omu, how? Uganda is not my thing, I'm sorry. Okay. In the determination of civil rights and obligation of any criminal charge, a person shall be entitled to a fair, speedy and public hearing before an independent and impartial court or tribunal established by the law. Okay. Etteeka ligamba nti buli muntu oba bakukutte oyina right ey'okutwala mu kooti ne bawulira biki by'ogamba, ne bawulira biki before it's too late, ng'obudde tebunaba kola ki, tebunaba genda. Abamu basooka basiba masimanyi myezi emeka nga tebanabatwala mu kooti kubawuliza. So ng'ate constitution eba tugamba nti omuntu balina okusiba essaawa mmeka, I think 48 hours, then you be taken to court. So this is what he says, right to a fair hearing. Nothing in clause 1 of this article shall prevent the court or tribunal from excluding the place or the public from all or any proceedings before it for reasons of morality, public order or national security, as may be necessary in a free and democratic society. Mwene ensi yaffe Uganda nga democracy mweri, omuntu yenna ng'omusibye kijja kuba nga kyetaagisibwa okuwulibwako ku bannamawulire, bantu be, mutwalako mu kooti, morality, public order, national security, we are entitled to all of that. Okay. So every person who is charged with a criminal offense shall, omuntu yenna nga avunaanibwa, be presumed to be innocent until proved guilty or until that person has pleaded guilty. Omuntu oyo tujja mutwala nga atalina musango, not until nga tumusanze ng'omusango agwina, oba ye kennyini ng'akkiriza nti omusango akoze ki, oba ye kennyini ng'akkiriza nti omusango agwina, until proved guilty or until that person has pleaded guilty. Okay, be informed immediately in a language that person understands of the nature of the offense. Omuntu balina omunnyonnyola mu lulimi lwe olwategeera, oba Mukiga, oba Munyankole, oba Muganda, oba Musoga, oba Muteesa, oba Mulugwala, olina omunnyonnyola mu lulimi lwo ti gundi wakoze musango ne guno tujja kukyajinga bwoti ne bwoti. Yeah, that's what the constitution bwetyo bwegamba. Okay, be informed immediately in a language. Okay, be given adequate time and facilities for the preparation for his or her defense. Omuntu alina okuweebwa obudde ne yeetegeka. Be adequate time for the preparation ne yeetegeka nga waagenda okwewozaako. Okitegeera si kukwata ne bakubuukira toyina looya toyina ki ne bakutwala ne bakusiba. Ekyo constitution tekikkiririzaamu. Ensonga lwaki buli muntu alina right of a fair hearing. Buli omu alina okuwulirwa mu bwenkanyenkanye, if I'm not mistaken. Be permitted to appeal before the court in person or at the person's own expense by a lawyer of his or her choice. Buli omu alina okwesalirawo lawyer kyagenda omuwuliriza. Kyobola nga bwe baali basibye Besigye yali agamba nze njagala ki ono Martha Karua Omunnakenya kutadde ne ba Lukwago advocates. Everyone has a right. Buli omu alina okwesalirawo lawyer kyagenda omukola ki omuwolereza. Ekyo kiri mu tteeka erya Uganda, the Ugandan constitution. In the case of any offense which carries a sentence of death or imprisonment for life, be entitled to legal representation at the expense of the state. Kale katugambe obanga wazza omusango ogukuleetera okuteeka kalabba oba okusiba mpaka obulamu bwo bwonna. So buli omu alina right okukola kyayagala by the state. Erina omukolera buli kimu kyayagala. Buli kimu kyoyagala oba bagenda kuteeka kalabba, it's the time. Gamba njagala kulya ku nkoko bwegamba leero kati njagala munkolere kano, the state government eba erina okukola ki okuprovidingira buli kimu kyoyagala. Okay, be afforded facilities to examine witness and to obtain the attendance of other witnesses before the court. Omujulizi be afforded facilities oyina okubanga oyina buli kimu ekyetaagisa okubaawo n'abajulizi bo. Simanyi nti omujulizi teyaze session egamba buli kimu, obtain the attendance of other witness. Kooti nga tenaba kutandika buli kimu kirina okubeera nga kireredde. That is your right. Teri alinako okuba ku mukono. Buli kimu olina okuba nga okikoze eki nga weekiri. So 4, nothing done under the authority of any law shall be held to be inconsistent with clause 3A of this article, to the extent that the law in question imposes upon any person charged with a criminal offense the burden of providing particular facts, clause 3G of this article, to the extent that the law imposes conditions that must be satisfied if witnesses called to testify on behalf of an accused are to be paid their expenses out of public fund. Hey, abajulizi bo bagamba ffe mujja tusasula, government eba erina okukwata mu nsawo nesasula abajulizi bo. Okitegeera. So that is your right. Olina okuzuuka ku makya n'okibanja n'ogamba omujulizi owange asabye akasente bwe kati. So government eba erina okukola ki okuvaayo nekasasula. So 5, except with his or her consent, the trial of any person shall not be taken place in the absence of that person, unless the person so conducts himself or herself as to render the continuance of the proceeding in the presence of that person impracticable, and the court makes an order for the person to be removed and the trial to proceed in absence of that person. Bwe baba bakusalira omusango mu kooti, bw'oba tokkiriza nti togenda beerawo, oba gwe olina okwesalirawo oba togenda beerawo, then kooti egende mu maaso. Naye bw'oba toliiwo, kooti eba tegenda tuula. Yeah. a person tried for any criminal offense or any person authorized by him or her shall, after the judgment in respect of that offense, be entitled to a copy of the proceeding upon payment of a fee prescribed by the law. No person shall be charged with or convicted of a crime offense which is found on an act or omission that did not, at the time it took place, constitute a criminal offense. Omusango we guba bagukola nga ssaawa 6 ate gwe ssaawa 6 wali toliiwo, katugambe kale wali ku church ne pastor asokujulira nti omwana ono yali mu church abantu baamulaba, ogwo musango baba tebagenda guteekako. No penalty shall be imposed for a criminal offense that is severe in a degree or description that the maximum penalty that could have been imposed so that offense at that time when it was committed. A person who shows that he or she has been tried by a competent court for a criminal offense and convicted or acquitted of that offense shall not again be tried for the offense or for any other criminal offense of which he or she could have been convicted, and the trial for that offense, except upon the order of a superior court in the court of appeal or review proceeding relating to the conviction of acquittal. So I think that is related to the one above. No person shall be tried for a criminal offense if the person shows that he or she has been pardoned in respect of that offense. Katugambe onzezaako omusango ate nojja nenkusonyiwa, ate kooti yo terina kugenda eri neddamu negamba tujja kukusala omusango. Nedda, I have been pardoned already, ansonyiye, so there is no need. Okay. Where a person is being tried for a criminal offense, neither that person nor the spouse of that person shall be compelled to give evidence against that person. Gwe toyina kwewako obujulizi oba mukazi wo oba mwana wo, spouses, neither that person nor the spouse of that person. Kankademu. Where a person is being tried for a criminal offense, neither that person nor the spouse of that person shall be compelled to give evidence against that person. Bwemba nkusibisa ate nze kennyini oba mukazi wange kyalina avaayo nakuweerako obujulizi, mbwa twamulaba nga bba enkoko yange, namulaba nga bba enkoko yange. Kuyinza okuba nga omuwaayiriza gwe ne mukazi wo musula mu buliri bwebumu mulowooza kyekimu. So omukazi naawe oba baana bo, they are not allowed to give evidence. Okay. Except for a contempt of court, no person shall be convicted of a criminal offense unless the offense is defined and the penalty for it is prescribed by the law. Bw'obanga omusango gwe mwagala okunsalira teguli mu mateeka oba teguli, it's not prescribed by the law, so awo mba sirina musango. Kati gwe gatugambe ovuddeyo n'ogamba oyo, kati musango ki ogutali in the law? Let's think. Kale katugambe mbu yankwanidde omukazi naye ogwo kirabika baguteekamu. I think that was included. Okay, think about any musango gwonna nga teguli ki mu bitabo, so that can't be charged. Okay, so I think that thing is done. So 29, protection of freedom of conscience, expression, movement, religion, assembly and association. Protection of the freedom byonna, freedom w'okusinza, freedom w'okweyolesa, freedom w'okutambula, nga constitution etuprotectinga otya. Bwanze nina okusinza eddiini gye njagala, nze nina right y'okutambula wano wonna we njagala. I have a right to express myself like this. So let's see how the constitution tells us 1. Every person shall have the right to right to freedom of speech and expression, which shall include freedom of the press and other media. Buli omu aina right eyokwogera, expressing himself, kyekimuluma era that's how where the press comes from. Press ge mawulire, so buli omu aina osobola okwogera n'ogenda mu bamawulire n'oyogera. That is expressing what you feel. You have that freedom, right? Yeah, according to the Constitution. Freedom of thought, conscience, and belief, which shall include academic freedom in institution and learning. Buli omu alina freedom okulowooza ki kyayagala okwekolera. So ebyo byonna kigwera no mu academic freedoms, like ogenda mu masomero olina okwesalirawo, nze njagala beera musawo, nze njagala soma kino, nze njagala soma kino. So everyone has the right to decide what he wants in academic institutions and learning. Okay, freedom to practice any religion and manifest such practice, which shall include the right to belong to any particular and the right to belong to and participate in the practices of any religion, body, or organization in a manner consistent with this Constitution. Buli omu alina osenza eddiini gy'ayagala, oba musiraamu, oba mukatuliki, oba muprotestant, oba born again, oba wa bujingo, oba bakanani, oba everyone has the right. Freedom to assemble and demonstrate together with other peacefully and unarmed, and to be petition and to petition. Kano kankademu. Freedom to assemble